Hey guys, I'm Jazz.
Two Skeksis for my hats.
Stop it! No, stop it. We said we were going to do that.
You're watching N9000 Plus's spoiler-free review of The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance.
Hey guys, I'm John, and I'm apparently not two Skeksis for my hat.
John, gosh. I'm Jazz.
I'm Ken.
And we're the nerds of N9000 Plus, bringing you our spoiler-free review of The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance?
Yes,
I can never get it out.
It is a very long time.
It is.
Yes.
But they had to separate it from the original movie, so you know what to look for.
Yes, and it is a prequel too. So you're talking about, let's see, 82 was the movie. This was done in 2019. You're talking about
Good 37 years.
Yeah, 37 years. A long time since Jim did the first one.
But 37 years ago, and that is like my entire life, which is why I knew it, because I'm 37.
That makes some sense. That's why you were so much.
No, I got it. It actually shows, and not like in a bad way. Hopefully, if you've watched RYC of The Dark Crystal, and you saw that it kind of holds up. It's got slow parts because it's the 80s, and that's the style of filmmaking back then. Now, it didn't do the 2019 that John and I have talked about for like how they add more action into everything. It still feels like the original one. Let's talk about the synopsis really quick.
We're back on the planet Thraw this time with 3 different Gelflings. Brienne, a Gelfling Crystal Castle Guard of the Stonewood clan, Freya, a Gelfling Princess of the Vapor clan, and finally, Deet, a Gelfling Animal Caretaker of the Broughton clan, and they inspire a rebellion against the Skeksis when they discover a horrifying secret behind their power that threatens all of their home planet.
And then they're voiced. Rianne is by Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton, which, by the way, just wonderful.
Yeah, I mean,
wonderful.
Honestly, I've liked a lot of his movies and a lot of his stuff, so...
Anya Taylor-Joy as Freya. She was in the movies Split and Glass, so she was with M. Night Shyamalan. What a twist!
And Natalie Emmanuel, so if you watch Game of Thrones, you should recognize her, R.I.P. But we really loved the cast. They did a really good job putting together this amazing cast, which was like star-studded. The first movie you could probably let kids watch. Maybe older kids. This one is rough. There's some stuff in here that you need to be careful with. If you're gonna let your kids watch it, you need to know if they can handle that.
I understand that. I personally take the approach of letting my children watch almost anything. I mean, there are certainly limits.
Yeah.
So long as I'm there, like if I know it's going to be darker or if it's going to have some sexuality, as long as I'm there to help explain things they maybe don't understand, then I'm all down for it. So I think anybody's kids should be able to watch this show, but it definitely has some turns that are pretty disturbing.
And things that you don't think are about to happen either. It's not necessarily a kid's show. There's some adult aspects that if your kids can handle it or you think your kids can handle it, go ahead.
It is definitely young adult. I would say TV PG. Yeah.
But I feel like the show went a little bit further than the movie.
Yeah, it's jumping rope with PG-13.
Exactly.
So still, the story is fantastic. Definitely feels like it is consecutive with the movie.
It feels connected, and I feel like the people who did this one really liked the core of the original movie. The blend of puppetry and CGI in this was so good. Remember you mentioned about how when you could tell it was a puppet? In this one, I think they took your note.
Well, in particular with the hunter, he moves very quickly.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of really kind of cleverly shot practical shots for his character where the camera's like right in his face, and so he's moving quickly, but you're not seeing all of him.
And that's probably good.
They have him jumping around.
Yep.
And when he jumps around, he's obviously CGI, but it's not distracting. It's only obvious because there's no way that the puppet could do that. And so they were very smart with how they did their CG.
Yeah, I would say with the 82 film that it had been very close to 100% practical.
Yep.
Here, it was a nice blend of practical and CGI and green screen.
I think the only negative to the puppets, and this may just be me, in fact, my wife disagrees with me entirely, but I kind of, especially early on, I sort of felt a difficulty empathizing. You know what I mean? With like the Gelflings. I'm looking at them and they're going through stuff. I'm just kind of like, okay. But then I noticed at some point that I was like really emotionally invested. But my wife in the first episode was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because I watched the whole thing when she was away. So then we started watching it together again.
Right.
And she just was like, I disagree entirely. It's exactly.
And right from the beginning.
Right in there. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just me. But I really struggled to kind of connect at first. But once I did, I connected strongly. I think a lot of that's a tribute to the acting, honestly.
Yeah.
It really pulled me in.
The writing for this, I don't know who was involved, if they were involved in the original movie, but they did a really good job. It was just intricate enough, but not too crazy. There was enough interactions between everyone. The only one that really bothered me was Celadon. I liked her character as she evolved because it was interesting, but just her choices that she made, I was yelling at the screen.
This is the spoiler-free version.
Yeah, so I'm just going to tell you that.
There are some moments where you're like, what?
Why would you decide to do that?
But I will say, Gugu Mbatha-Raw, who did the voice for her, is kind of a standout for me in this show, but not until about halfway through the show. The first several episodes, she's kind of just there, honestly.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything.
I can't say what happens to spark her not just being just there. It's so powerful, this performance.
She's part of kind of the climax to me of the whole story.
The director is Louis Leterrier. I may be butchering his last name.
Leterrier.
Yeah.
Leterrier, bro. Leterrier.
Yeah.
I can't do French.
Yeah. Only as Monsieur Fromage can I do French. He's a French director. He's been in the business for quite a while. And the kicker about him is he's a hands-on director. He literally mans one of the cameras and he is doing the shots too.
Honestly, I would watch it again. It was really good. My husband watched it with me too, and we were both like entranced in the whole thing.
I watched 4 episodes the first day, but I was exhausted. And it was like 10 o'clock and I was falling asleep.
Same.
Yeah.
So I went to bed, but I got up in the morning and I put it back on and I just finished it.
While it is an engrossing story, you have to keep in mind it is 10 episodes, each one running between 40 to like a little over an hour each. So you're talking roughly about like a 10-hour movie if you watch it all together.
So it's definitely a binge session.
It is definitely a binge session. You definitely will have one of your days of your weekend gone.
Exactly. But totally worth it.
Totally worth
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
If I were to rate this, I honestly thought it was over 9,000.
I agree 100%. It might be the best television series I've watched in several years.
Definitely over 9,000 for me as well. Jim would be so proud.
The nerds of N9000 Plus actually give it a 9,000 plus.
It's over 9,000!
If you haven't watched it yet, you need to watch it. And while you're watching Netflix, come on back to the YouTubes and subscribe to our channel.
That was good.
And as always, we have a new video every single Friday. But if you can't wait until then, we have a new video for you right now.